What's up? It's Greggatron. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday, and I hope you like my shirt. Yeah. Alright, today's video is about this. Brooklyn's Finest. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a long time. If I don't talk about this movie now, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I'll read the description real quick. Experience the volatile and deadly world of one of the New York's most dangerous precincts through the eyes of the men and women pledged to protect and serve. Starring Golden Globe winner Richard Gere. That's that guy. Oscar nominee Don Cheadle. That's that guy. Oscar nominee Ethan Hawke. Or Oscar. Ethan Hawke. And Wesley Snipes. That's that guy. Brooklyn's Finest grabs you and doesn't let go until the final frame. Goes on to say, when NYPD's Operation Cleanup targets the notorious drug-ridden BK Housing Project, three conflicted New York City police officers find themselves swept away by the violence and corruption of Brooklyn's gritty 65th precinct and its most treacherous criminals. Each man finds himself spiraling toward the same fatal crime scene and a shattering collision with destiny in this action-packed crime drama directed by Anthony Fuqua. That's the guy who directed Training Day. And I did not know that. Alright. So let me take this out real quick. That's what it looks like. That's the back cover. That's what I just read you. I mean, look at how gritty this looks. Look how dark. And as you can see, I got this from Family Video, $5.95. RIP Family Video. So, where do I begin? I guess I'll start with talking about the characters. As you can see, there's four main characters, and they're all just incredible. Individually, incredible. What I'm trying to say is, each of these four could have his own movie. Individually, they could have a movie. Which, that says something. Because a lot of movies, there will be different characters and one kind of outshines the other. Not in this movie. In this movie, it's 25% a piece. And it's not just about the individual character alone, but that person's life. Whether it be family, girlfriend, homies, friends, whatever, it's a sight to see. It really is. So let me start by talking about Ethan Hawke. So first of all, I want to say, well, this isn't first of all, this is like second or third of all. Let me calm down. I'm getting excited. So Ethan Hawke. This movie and Training Day both, this is how I got on Ethan Hawke. Because I don't really remember seeing him until this. And this was like early 2010s. 2010. Whoa. I thought this was like 2013 or something, but wow, time flies. So let's talk about Ethan Hawke for a minute. This dude's performance really got me involved in Ethan Hawke. So thanks to this and Training Day, I just became a fan. So there was another one, the Magnificent Seven. He's in that too. Now, whenever I see him, like the Black Phone, whenever I see him, I'm just like, I'm excited. I'm like, yes, more of this guy, Ethan Hawke. So a little bit about him. He plays a police officer, and he's got a pretty big family. This is spoiler free, by the way. Spoiler free. I'm just giving you the round plot. I'm not giving anything important away. So he's got a big family, and the police salary isn't all that much. Not for a family of, I think, 5 or more. He's got a wife. He's got a boy, a girl, maybe more than that. But there's twins on the way. So he's trying to figure out, how am I going to do this on a police salary? So this guy wants to, quote unquote, do his job, but at the same time, he wants to provide for his family legally. Now, things might happen that tempt this guy to do illegal stuff, but you're just going to have to watch it for yourself as to what he does or does not do, because the city that they're in, and like the back cover said, the precinct that they're in, there's just so much corruption and filth and violence and swine. It really turns the decent cops into indecent cops. But I love movies like this because it shows everybody has the capacity to reach that dark place. And doesn't this movie just look dark? Look how dark that looks. I think I'm just going to hold up the whole video. So that's kind of Ethan Hawke's gist. Speaking of cops, let's talk about Richard Gere. That's this guy. I talked about him not long ago. This guy is crazy. He's about to retire. He's just a few days away from retiring. And the good chief wants him to... Let me back up a little bit. I'm getting excited. So the chief wants Richard Gere to train this new guy, like a 21, 22-year-old cop, knowing Richard Gere's a bad teacher. And he's like, I retire in a week. Just see what you can do. Don't you want to do something useful your last 5 minutes on the job? And Richard Gere's just like, not really. So anyway, the dynamic between Richard Gere and the rookie cop who he's training is pretty interesting because Richard Gere is double this guy's age. They pretty much have nothing in common. It's not a comedy, but some of the conversation aspects is kind of comical because they're so different. And you got that going on. You got his relationship going on with this woman, but it's not like a real relationship because of what she does for a living. He just wants someone to spend time with. So the dynamic between him and this woman, in my opinion, is golden because I don't want to say that. That's giving too much stuff away. But just watch their dynamic, watch their relationship, whatever you want to call it. Their interactions together, their scenes together is really something to see. Because this movie is not just about crime and drugs, but it's sexy, there's profanity. It's pretty deep. And again, he just wants to do the right thing. How is this video almost 10 minutes already? All right, let me speed up. So now you got these two, right? Don Cheadle and Wesley Snipes. These guys already have a history. They know each other, all right? So let me start with Don Cheadle, who is an undercover cop. And again, I keep saying this, but these guys just want to do right. They want to be right and do right. And the stuff Don Cheadle sees, he can't unsee it. And we know he's a cop, we the viewer, so I'm not giving anything away. But the people around him don't know he's an undercover cop. So the trials and tribulations, quote unquote, this guy goes through as an undercover cop, it's like he's really tested. Let's just put it that way. He's really tested. And the only person who's not a cop is Wesley Snipes. I wasn't trying to give you guys the finger. Wesley Snipes is not a cop. He is... I don't even know if I want to say this. He's the only character who's not a cop. Let's put it that way. And the purpose of this movie is to find a way for these four guys to add up into the same quote-unquote place. Whatever that means, right? That could be figuratively, that could be literally. But the way they go about it is just so brilliant. I mean, I love the drama scenes that are fast-paced, the chase scenes. I love being on the edge of my seat and not knowing who's going to do what. I really like how they go from one character to the other. Some of the transitions you wouldn't expect to see. And then other transitions, I don't even want to say that either. But I will say this. Every character, like I said before, is just as important as the other. And it really is fascinating to see how they go about each character's dynamic. Because it's not like, for example, it's not like you're watching Richard Gere and you're like, oh, I can't wait till they go back to Wesley Snipes. Or I'm watching Wesley Snipes, they need to hurry up and get back to Ethan Hawke. No. It doesn't even matter which character is on the scene at the time, because you'll be intrigued either way. Each person's life is super entertaining. Like I said, you got Ethan Hawke with his family, that situation, and his dilemma with needing more money. You got Richard Gere with this woman and the stuff he's going through. You got Don Cheadle seeing the underground mess. And then you got Wesley Snipes with the gangster aspect of it. And even the side characters are nice. The people who compliment Ethan Hawke, the other cops, the other guys. I'm joking. But, man, I think I saw this movie in theaters by myself because I don't think anybody wanted to go with me. Then I told my brother, he's like, you saw that by yourself? Why didn't you take somebody with you? I'm like, because nobody wanted to go at the time. He's like, you don't see movies by yourself? I'm like, why not? I had a ball. I had a blast. And then fast forward, I just saw this at Family Video, and I was like, whoa, $5, $6, that's all they want. But I just can't say enough good things about this movie. I think for some reason it didn't get enough praise that it got. It didn't get the shine it should have got. Because to this day, I don't hear too many people talking about Brooklyn's Finest. Now, everybody knows what Training Day is, but I just don't hear people talk about this. But I really don't need to say anything else outside of the character dynamic. Because if I say anything else, I'll just be spoiling. I will say this. I like the conversations. I like the dialogue. There's some memorable lines. They're not cheesy one-liners, but the dialogue, the conversation, the acting, the portrayal, like these two's relationship, golden. I mean, man, it's just so good. So good. What would I give it? Me personally, I would give it an A. I don't know if I'd say A plus or A minus or what have you. I really like it. And I'm not even trying to hype it up. I'm just saying, watch this movie. Brooklyn's Finest. I get carried away. I get to talking and then we're at 15, 16 minutes, so that's enough. You get the gist. Brooklyn's Finest. All right, peace.